The passage chosen for today's devotion from Bible is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verses 12 to 31. A harassed manager was once asked, "How many people work in your department?" The manager replied, "About half of them. In the church, all of us have work to do." This is part of the privilege of Christian discipleship. God calls us to join with Him in His purposes for the church and through it, the growth of His kingdom. Everyone has a part to play. Paul develops the metaphor of the human body to illustrate how Christ's body, the church, works. The key is to see the interconnections and interdependency. For example, in a human body, the eye needs the hand and vice versa. They both need the feet and the feet need them. To think otherwise would be absurd. Yet how often in churches do certain gifted people believe that those with less obvious gifts are not necessary and try and go it alone? How often do others hang back, embarrassed that their gifts don't seem as important as someone else's? For all to use their gifts to serve others is obvious, but let's go further. How often does the deep concern for others that permeates verses 25 and 26 characterize us? There it is again, that term, each other. With pride and selfishness a problem at Corinth, the apostle strikes this note repeatedly. We need to cure this challenge today, when individualism can be all-pervasive. Paul goes on to place emphasis on those parts of the body that seem to be weaker. We often court the person with the more noticeable gifts, but Paul says those with weaker giftings are indispensable. This is because God's judgment on what is important is often different to ours, but also because the way such people are treated is an acid test of the church is love. How are you contributing to the health of the body? Do you see anyone in your church whose gift is being neglected? How can you encourage them? Praise God for the church all over the world. Thank Him that, despite all its faults, He loves the church. For it is Christ's body.